Uh, some of my reflections on the disappearance of Frederich Valentich, which goes back to 1978. It even ties in with Kenny Veach, and also Chuck Vlogs mentions it, so I wanted to give my first initial impressions. It ties in with Kenny Veach because of the UFO thing. And like I addressed with Kenny Veach, any person that goes missing, it's always the same three patterns. The UFO thing has only come out like the last 20 years or so, mostly. But it's always the same pattern. They staged their own death, it was suicide, or the Martians got them. The fact is, this guy was not even 21. He was a 20-year-old kid and should not really be flying, especially at night, into this area over here. But he was. Okay, now at the time, he was obsessed with UFOs, and the UFOs were out to get him. They're going to get me. They're going to attack me. So that was his mindset. If he had not said that, this would be long lost to history as a kid that should not have been flying. He was probably drunk, if not stoned. It would be long lost, long forgotten. But anything where a person mentions UFOs, it does get dredged up and it lives forever. And so that's the way I see it. I wasn't there. I wasn't flying behind him in a plane to document what he was doing. But just reading through the facts, he should not have been in the plane. Everything he did, he failed at it. That's another indication also that if a person is a stoner, drunk, and loser, everything they try to do, they fail at it. Neil Armstrong never failed at anything. And he was no drunk and no stoner. So he wanted to get into this, get into that, try to join the Royal Air Force, but was rejected because of inadequate educational qualifications. Wanted to become a commercial pilot, but had poor achievement record, having twice failed all 5 commercial license examination subjects. This guy was no winner. This guy was no winner, and he believed the UFOs were out to get him. That says a lot. So, based on the evidence, I classify this one as would have been long lost to history if not for the mention of UFOs. Never would have been brought up that he was spiraling down in a, let's see if I can find it, graveyard spiral, which matches exactly with what he described. Graveyard spiral, that especially flying at night, a person doesn't have any orientation. And so they don't realize if they're flying sideways, up and down, or what they're doing. So the information is there that he was in a graveyard spiral and was looping down and reporting what he viewed, which matches perfectly with the planets and everything that were visible at the time. And even city lights on one island. Now this just happened with Kobe Bryant. The helicopter pilot thought he was flying level. In fact, he was diving down, going sideways. He had no orientation. Well, this kid was flying at night, headed out to an island, 100 miles away, and got disorientated. I see nothing about it, in my opinion, other than that the kid should not have been in a plane, as all of his tests and everything showed. They were even considering prosecution because he was doing stuff like flying into clouds, doing stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing. I just don't see any mystery about it. He did not stage his own death. No Martians got him. It's just not there. It'd be long forgotten if not for the that he mentioned UFOs were out to get him.